Everyone, listen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is so nice to see each and every one of you back. Listen, I appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown thus far. So listen, if you have not done so already, if you are just viewing the video, why don't you come on and join the family? We got some wonderful things in store for everybody. So if you haven't done so already, why don't you go back to the previous video that we just posted last. I got a giveaway that I'm giving to my subscribers. So if you haven't already joined the family, come on, you are welcome. So listen, I am back here today for another episode of Shop Talk. I'm here in the back room because I'm by myself today, but I got something I want to share with you guys that, of course, when we do the Shop Talks, we talk about things that we've, uncovered, we've discussed, we've learned, things that just took place in the shop. And hey, if it happened at the shop, if we talk about it at the shop, why not, share our thoughts with you at the shop? So listen, today I got kind of a sensitive topic I want to share with you all today. Something we discussed amongst the ladies here at the shop, and we were talking about when children, listen to me now, when children have to deal with adult issues. Listen, we don't think about that kind of stuff. We always just, making sure the kids stay in a child place. We just always making sure that we feed, clothe, protect them. But are we really paying attention, y'all, to the things that these children deal with in their minds? OMG. So listen, some of the stuff we discussed today, y'all, was mind-blowing. How you never really, you don't really pay attention to what children have to deal with, in their mind when they're seeing these adult issues, when they're experiencing these adult issues, even though they're not handling it, they're not, they may not be talking about it, but they're in the middle. They're right there, when the adults are going through their issues. And however the adults work out their things and however we deal with our things, then we do what we do. But then the child is left with a memory, a vision, an image of something that they really should never have, had a part to play in. So listen, y'all come on back in the comments and talk to me. Let's have this discussion. Listen, because me, being a parent, and just knowing, and I can literally relate to, what we were saying today when we were talking about the issue, how, let's say for an example, divorce. The parents handle divorce in their, own respective ways, but then there's the child. They're just left to just handle it. This wealth of emotions, this surge and explosion of emotions that they probably just see and deal with, with themselves. Because, as parents and as adults, we normally go get ourselves taken care of and, doing things in our best interest. But then do we ever look and consider what's going on with the child? And then what else we were talking about, y'all, is how a lot of times things don't get recognized, with our children and some of the things that the children are dealing with and experiencing. It does not get recognized until that child start acting out. And then we want to start whooping the child. We want to punish the child, and whatever you want to do, discipline the child, because you just thinking the child is acting a fool. Go sit yourself down somewhere. Go get in your room. Taking the child's stuff away from them. But then you don't realize that this child just seen you and they daddy, divorce. Or seen you and they mama divorce. Or, they lost somebody close in their family. They experiencing death. Come on, y'all. Listen, it was real today. A child who experiences a death. We mourn in the way that, we mourn. We do our thing, we mourn. We cope the way we cope. But then there our child go, dealing with these things. Of course, you may sit down and, take the time to talk to them, and ask them, do they understand? And then all the kids don't get that courtesy, and it was just, oh my gosh. And then poverty, y'all. Children who have to deal with, impoverished situations, where they are in those, food desert situations, and the school is the only place where they get a real good meal, and then when they go home they have to figure out what we gonna eat today, because the parents are dealing with it the best way they can. But then what about that child's mentality? Oh my gosh, y'all. Listen, come on back and let's talk about it in the comments. When do we ever, not saying you personally, but just looking at the things that's going on in the world, and seeing all these things that we're experiencing, like, okay, like I said, we dealing with gas shortages now, food shortages now, and don't these kids see these same issues that we see. And we don't really know how they're processing it or how it's affecting them, because we're so busy just making sure that they're taken care of, making sure you got a roof over your head, making sure that you got clothes on your back, making sure you're behind, get to school and do your work and don't act a fool, but that's the extent of it. I just make sure my child look good. But what about their mental health? Y'all, we were talking about today, I don't know if you've seen it in the news, there was a young lady, who she left a suicide note, for her family, because she was, explaining about how, it was too painful, whatever it was she was dealing with, it was so painful, that she'll be, I think what we were discussing, I haven't went and researched it or anything, but I'm just talking about what we were discussing, in the shop. So we were just talking about this young lady, how she was just saying, that the things that she was dealing with was so painful, and she was apologizing to her parents in this letter she had left, and just basically saying, I'm sorry, but it's too much. Y'all, that's serious. That is serious. Listen, just knowing that a child is dealing with that kind of stuff, and who is that outlet, other than just going to another friend. But of course, they really probably don't want to share those experiences with their peers, because how would you express a divorce, to your friend? My mom and daddy just separated. Now what? All those, every child does not, express themselves the same way. Some of them act out, some of them get emotional, y'all. Some of them get depressed. Listen, we don't even know how many children, are dealing with depression, and these children don't even realize, that they're depressed. Y'all, it got so real in the shop. We were even talking about, y'all, a parent, that we knew, that her grandson, but she's the parent now, but her grandson was there when his mother was murdered by her live-in boyfriend. The son was there in the home and literally saw his mother being murdered by her boyfriend. I guess this guy was not his father. And so just and over the years, it's been several years since the mother's been gone. I think probably about 10 years now. But every year the grandmother was telling us that she notices a certain time during the year, of course, Mother's Day, birthdays, holidays, when they did experience, that those family, gatherings. Of course he remember those days. But then she said it was like a separate time, that she'll notice during certain times of the year where he would just be in a withdrawal state, just quiet and just to himself. And so she was just, she was just pouring out her heart to us and just letting us know, I can just be the best I can be. But then I don't know how to reach him, because I don't know what he's dealing with. But then then the quick thing to say is take him to therapy. Go take him to a therapist. But what if you are one of those people that's in that impoverished situation, where you maybe can't afford therapy, or you are in that impoverished situation where you don't even know that therapy is available. There may be resources available, but if you're in an impoverished situation, you don't know where to go. You just living from day to day, and then the children have to deal with these adult issues, and handle it the best way they can, and who is their advocate? Who is that for the child? Because, as parents, like I said, I'm just going to be honest with you. Sometimes we get so focused on just making sure the child is taken care of outwardly, till sometimes you don't really take the time to, check on that child's, mental health. We check on the child's physical health, go get the dentist, the checkups on point. But what about what that child is thinking? Are we really observing, and just really just looking and, just being, vigilant, when it comes to the children. And so just we were just talking about, the different, scenarios, that's basically going on in the world with all that's going on. Again, how the adults handle things in their way, but then what about the children? I know it sounds cliche, but these children are literally, guys, having to deal with adult issues, and handle it the best way they can. So my heart just was, we were just discussing it, but my heart just went out, just knowing that there are so many children out there just dealing with adult issues, and they just doing it, y'all, the best way they can. So come back in the comments, let's talk about it, let's discuss it. Even though it's not much we could do, but listen, if you know of a child that's in a situation, where they maybe just dealing with adult issues, and if you can some kind of way be a blessing, be a presence, hey, why not? The children, they really don't have anything but their caretakers. They don't have anything but the parents. And y'all, it was something to think about. So this episode of Shop Talk was a bit sensitive, but I want you guys to come back in the comments. Let's talk about it. Tell me some of your experiences, and also if there's something else you want to hear us discuss, in the Shop Talk, definitely leave it in the comments, and we'll try to get to it as quick as we can. So again, listen, thank you so much for sitting with me. I'm by myself today, but it's okay. We can still have a conversation. So if you haven't done so already, please don't just view the video. Y'all come on, like and subscribe. Listen, I'm coming with various things. I got tutorials. We gonna educate. We gonna motivate. We gonna inform. We gonna make you laugh. Whatever we can do to keep the party going. That's what we do. So listen, thank you to everyone, who likes and who subscribes, and those who are on the way. Listen, I really appreciate the love. So listen, again, don't forget to go back and look at the previous video so you can go ahead and get in on that giveaway. It's going to end the last week in May. I'll come back on the last week in May with another video announcing the winner. So listen, y'all, until we meet again, I wish you more light. I wish you more love. I wish you more grace and more peace. Listen, y'all, don't you let nobody take your peace here. Until we meet again. Bye.
Like